Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back doing a best of one Innistrad Midnight Hunt draft. So, Mythic Tainted Adversary, I feel comfortable taking that. Other good cards in the pack. Gavony Dawnguard, very good card. I love the Fangblade Brigand, Rise of the Ants, Defenestrate. Candletrap's playable. I like the Griff, the Hauler. All of those are the best. I would say it's probably Tainted Adversary, and then a close second would be the Defenestrate, just because this is pretty solid removal. But this can produce just a ton of zombies. You get a lot of bodies, a lot of bang for your buck with this one. As well as a Death Toucher as a 2-drop if in a pinch. 2-drop, 2/3 Death Touch, which is also very good. Well, sheesh. I mean, good follow-up would be the Blade Stitch Scab. Off to a good start with zombies if we do that. Siphon Insight's a good card too. It's got flashback. You get 2 of your opponent's cards, but I mean, it feels good to take a Scab here after an adversary. Be nice to get a Rotten Reunion or a No Way Out back, but we'll see if that happens. Yeah, not much else to say about this pack, I suppose. The strongest cards are pretty clearly Siphon Insight, Scab. So, we're getting one of the 2 strongest cards. Let's see if we can stay... Ooh, pick 3 Falcon Abomination. That is pretty desirable. This is a great common. You get 2 zombies out of it too, which is really good with the Blade Stitch Scab. Fading Hope in here, Mysterious Tome, both playable as well. Another No Way Out. Shady Traveler is good. Pretty good red cards here in Elementalist and Vandal. And a couple playable white spells as well, so all pretty good. I feel like we're getting the strongest card here in Abomination. This is a very powerful common. All right, pick 4. Well, could take a zombie here. Strongest card in the pack is Burn the Accursed. There's a Gale Drifter as well. Heirloom Mirror, which is playable. It lets you loot. Sort of. It's more like rummage. Not quite as good as loot. And you have to pay life, which you can't always do, but you are kind of working towards a pretty excellent win con in Inherited Fiend. But Behemoth just straight up makes sense when you have cards that are going to spit out decaying creatures. Potentially get a 5-mana 7/6. So let's take it. Okay. Good on-color picks for us here. I think we're going to go with the Revenge of the Drown. Even if this didn't produce a zombie, it would still be a good pick for us, just in that it's a good card. They get the choice on whether they want to put it on the top or the bottom, but I feel like even if they're putting it on the bottom, you took care of the creature. Like, this was straight up blue removal at that point, which is pretty nice. And you get a zombie out of it, obviously even more upside. I really like this card. Blood Thief is very strong. Even if you're not playing vampires, it can buff itself, which is good. And Occultist is good for like black-white sack deck, but I feel good about taking that. Okay. More choices here. So Rotten Reunion is actually very good, but I think it's between Revenge of the Drown and Hobbling Zombie, and I might take another Revenge, but I really like Hobbling Zombie a lot. But can't always pass up good removal. And doing Revenge, end of their turn, Revenge your creature, turn 5, sack it, get a Behemoth. That's pretty good. Hobbling Zombie is just excellent because it has Death Touch, which is really nice. But I think I'm going to go with a second Revenge. You can play a few of these. They are 4 mana, but the ability's good. Guess we'd probably take Locked in the Cemetery. I don't love it, but I assume we can potentially get 5 or more cards in our graveyard, and if not, keeping something tapped down is also not bad. Cavalier is quite good. I like Bird Admirer. And Dread Knight's playable, but yeah, we'll take Locked in the Cemetery for now. See what happens. Well, I tend to always play against Flip the Switch, and it does its job most of the time. Maybe I should at least consider it for now. We'll see. Okay, Amalgam, just fine. I mean, it's a zombie. It's on color. Can be unblockable. Milling right now, I guess, does have synergy with Locked in the Cemetery. Nothing else, though, but no big deal. It's good if we get, like, Crawl in the Cellars. Feed the yard for that. Larder Zombie. I've played against this a few times. I mean, this and Siege Zombie, these effects, and Scab Wrangler, they're all built in to be good synergies with your decaying creatures, so maybe we give it a try. It's a 1/3 for 1. It's possible. I could give it a try. Devious Cover-Up. I haven't played this one. A lot of red picks in here. We only have 2. That's interesting. We only have 2, well, 3 black cards technically, but the 3 black cards we have are pretty good. But it does seem like black's getting cut, which is unsurprising because black has some of the most powerful spells in the set. I think we carved our way into blue pretty effectively, however. So, Ominous Roost, fun build around. Augur of Autumn is incredibly strong. Simply from the fact that I've got Adversary and Bladestitch Scab, I feel like I'm okay continuing to cut really strong black cards, even if black's not super open. Like here, just taking Diagraph Horde, this card is incredibly strong. Mini Grave Titan, common Grave Titan, I like to call it. But yeah, with Scab, so good. How much you put 10 power on board with your 5-drop common? It's pretty absurd. It's just a great card. Tough to go wrong. Everybody seems to be playing some Disturb or some Flashback, so I feel like it just really is the gift that keeps on giving at common. Ominous Roost, yeah, fun build around. Nebelgast Intruder is a very good card on color as well. Both white cards in there were playable. Let's see here. So we can take Shady Traveler. It's not a zombie, but it's a powerful card. It has menace. Can be a 4/4. Can turn day to night, which is good if we end up with any black removal. Otherwise, there's Consider, which is playable. Something to do at 1 mana. But otherwise, Obsessive Astronomer in red, gray card. Feels like it does a lot for a little. A lot for a little mana. Burly Breaker is big and playable, and more Candle Traps. Flare of Faith is playable. Courage is playable. Farmer is playable. I've played Candle Guide. Alright, choices here. So No Way Out is actually a pretty good card. Makes a zombie, which currently synergizes with our Scab and Behemoth, and I guess Larder Zombie, if we continue to do that. Or we could take Mysterious Tome, which I haven't played in a while, but I do think is actually a pretty good card. Generates card advantage, turns into a tapper. Both of those are fairly valuable. It's also an uncommon. I think No Way Out's pretty good, though, and I've certainly played it. I think we'll go No Way Out. I like the Tome too, but making your opponent discard in this format is pretty awesome. Organ Hoarder, you say? Yeah. Great pickup for us. This pack is actually still chock full. Good cards. Dragon's excellent. Socialite is really powerful vampire. Interloper's playable, though I never seem to play it. I don't play vampire aggro too often, but I certainly have, and it's strong. But I think it's an easy Organ Hoarder. This is one of the better commons in the whole set. There we go. Olivia's Midnight Ambush. Well, happy to get that pick 5, especially since our removal is a little bit lacking. Locked in the Cemetery, 2 Revenge of the Drowned currently, so a little bit light, but plenty of creatures. Ambush, happily taking that. Vanquish the Horde in here? Wow. It's a good card. I feel like it's always 2 mana. too. Every time I had it, I was like, geez, it's a 2-mana board wipe. Happily take an ambush, though, and this makes the Traveler better. Wow, Scab Wrangler. This is a great card, and this is where it's at its absolute best. So it doesn't get stronger than in the deck where you're going to be spitting out a lot of decaying creatures. So really happily taking that here. Revenge of the Drowned in here as well. I would probably take and play a third one, but easy Wrangler. Great pickup. Great card. Let's see. Well, I guess we could take another Larder Zombie. I mean, even with Blade Stitch Scab, it's a 1-mana 2/3, but I think that ability is fairly relevant. It mitigates some Flood. You know what? I haven't played it. I'm willing to give it a try. I think it's an interesting card. Can always use it as sack fodder, right? So Angler, we already have Secrets. We already have Devious Cover-Up. Dissipate's going to be better than Devious Cover-Up anyway, I think. Shuffle up to 4 cards from your graveyard into your library. This also exiles. I don't know. We've got a lot of counter spells. I doubt we're going to play 3 counter spells. But we've got them, just in case. Well, take the Candle Guide because I've played it a few times before. Best card remaining in the pack is probably Immolation. I would say we're thoroughly entrenched enough in black where I think our colors are established here. Let's just take the Candle Guide. I doubt we're going to play it, but just in case we need it. I really don't think we're going to be playing Devious Cover-Up. Larder Zombie number 3 or Consider. Honestly, I feel like they do kind of similar things. It's just Larder Zombie actually gives you a body and a zombie at that, so it's going to work better if we, want to do stuff with Scab Wrangler. 3 Larder Zombies seems excessive, I admit, but that's okay. I doubt we're going to play all 3. We'll let someone have a Bird Admirer because we want to reward people for being in colors other than ours. Unnatural Growth is actually very strong. So Organ Hoarder, Dreadhound is an excellent, really excellent win con. I could see even taking it over like an Organ Hoarder or even an Infernal Grasp. It really is that good. Just Ambush in here too. I mean, we could use some more removal. We are still a little bit removal light, but Dreadhound is one of the stronger cards I found in the whole set. It really is remarkably strong. It gives you that point of inevitability too. There is a certain point in the game where if Dreadhound comes down, you can just attack, and it doesn't matter what they do. Whether they take it or they trade, they're going to die. And that, to me, is just really what puts it over the top as one of the stronger cards. Wow, Morbid Opportunist? Yes, please. I definitely take this over removal. This card is super strong. Shipwreck Martian here, too. But, yeah, wow, Opportunist. Super, super strong. Real good with Decayed, too. You could just get to attack and you're going to be drawing a card one way or another. So easy Opportunist here. Great card. Let's see. So we could take the Tome now. I'm okay with it. There's Bat Whisperer too, which is also playable. I'm going to start cutting some of our mini counter spells that we have in here. What do I like more? Flip the Switch or Dissipate? Less color intensive and makes a zombie probably outweighs the exile of Dissipate. It's also a hard counter. Either way, we'll take the Tome. For now, be happy enough about that. Blood Thief, but how about Diregraph Horde number 2? I like that. Real good. Okay. Not much to say. Diregraph Horde is the real deal. So, Firmament Sage is a real strong card, actually, but could take a third Revenge of the Drowned. Removal is Locked in the Cemetery, Midnight Ambush, Counter Spells, 2 Revenge. Or we could take Firmament Sage for some card draw. It also randomly has synergy with Midnight Ambush. I think I'm going to take Firmament Sage. I've seen this draw like 3 or 4 cards in a game, and at that point you're pretty happy. Not a zombie, however, but no big deal. Let's take another Locked in the Cemetery in case we need it. I think that is just fine. Maybe end up cutting, well, we'll see. Some of our top end. I mean, if I was going to cut a 5-drop, I'd probably cut the Amalgam. And then maybe one of our larger zombies can go. Ominous Roost. Well, probably take Geist Wave in case we need it. Random Protection works well with like Tainted Adversary, I guess. Play it early, later, bounce it, draw, replay it, make a trillion zombies. It's pretty good. Also good with like Diregraph Horde. Come in, exile stuff, make zombies, bounce it, repeat. Have some good choices here. Awakener has excellent synergy in the deck, just sacking, getting the 4/4, or we can take Archivist, which comes back and can loot. Both are very good. I think I actually agree with Archivist over Awakener. That's tough, though. They're both very good for the deck. Guess we take another Tome. Doubt I play 2. Consider versus Angler. I'll consider the Angler. It comes back. It's a fine card. I think the Archivist, the fact that it just comes down and loots is kind of nice. And the fact that it comes back as an evasive looter is also just very good. Vandal, deceptively good. Took me a while to figure out I like that card, but I do like that card. Well, we have a lot of goodies in here. Creeper. Plenty of goodies. Plenty of goodies. Deck. I doubt we're going to play 2 Mysterious Tomes, but or the 2 counter spells. I think I might give Flip the Switch a chance. We'll see if we have space. I mean, we got to figure out what stays and what goes here. So we only have to make 4 cuts. Not terrible. I'm cool with 3 5-drops and 1 6-drop. So let's see what we have to cut. 16 creatures total. What synergies do we have with Angler in the deck, other than the fact that it's a 2-drop that comes back? So synergizes with Behemoth and any self-mill we have, I guess Hoarder. Archivist, I guess I would still count as synergy if you're looting it and getting rid of it. Still kind of just like having a spell in the graveyard. Yeah. Let's cut. I think we're going to cut Dissipate. We can at least cut 1 Tome. Do I want 2 Larder zombies? I mean, they stop 2 power creatures all day. Our late game is looking real good, too, with Dreadhound and Double Horde. I'm kind of considering just trying it, see what I think of it. Because we do have a lot of Decayed Creature generation here, which is nice. And it's a zombie, so some synergy. I mean, the only thing that matters for zombies in this deck is just Bladestitch Scab. It's our only real zombie synergy that I'm seeing, unless I'm missing something. But I think that's it. We'll keep the Locked in the Cemetery, because we didn't end up with a ton of removal, but we ended up with enough where I feel okay. 2 Locked in the Cemetery, 2 Revenge, Ambush. Not the best, but we have some super strong stuff in here. Like Morbid Opportunist is rare quality, uncommon. In my opinion, this card should have been, for limited purposes, it should have been, because I don't ever think it's going to be good enough for Constructed. This should have been focused on limited, and it should have been whenever 1 or more other creatures die, you may choose to, lose 1 life if you do draw a card. It shouldn't have been just straight up draw a card whenever a creature dies. I know it only triggers once a turn, but it just gets insane at a certain point. Interestingly enough, it's not even like as busted as it could be in our deck, because we're running stuff like Locked in the Cemetery that doesn't actually kill creatures. but trades happen all the time. Yeah, it's actually not good with Revenge of the Drowned either, but that just shows how powerful of a card it is. We're running a deck that basically has one removal spell that literally has direct synergy with it, and it's still just that good. As like combat trades just happen, and you just end up drawing cards. I got the Scab Wrangler too. This is a good deck. So I might cut the Angler. Is Angler just going to be better than Larder Zombie though? Because you get a flyer out of this at some point. But I was kind of interested to see what I think of this effect. Could see maybe just cutting one, doing one Larder, one Bait Hook Angler for diversity's sake, because I'm not quite sure which one I like more. They're a little bit different too, you know? One can only defend, one can at least attack. This could make our card quality better, but this can come back as an evasive creature. There's value in both, so I'd kind of like to run both. And then what, we're at 15 creatures, so I can make one cut here. That's a non-creature. I mean, we also have stuff that generates creatures. So we could still technically cut a creature if I really wanted, but it's probably a non-creature card that we cut here. I found Secrets of the Key to actually be kind of good, but how do I feel about cutting it here? I probably feel okay about cutting it. I still like the Tome. We have Firmament Sage. We have Organ Hoarder. We have a lot of ways to draw cards already, it feels like. We have a Looter, Morbid Opportunist. We probably just have better ways than Secrets of the Key to draw cards. Even though I do like the card, it just feels like I can probably cut it and be okay. I like this deck a lot. It's a good looking deck. So, yeah, I feel good about it. Let's run it like this. We'll see you round one. I'm not loving this hand. Dreadhound feels like a dead card in this hand. We do have Locked in the Cemetery, though. No black mana. Opportunist is one of our strongest cards, but we don't have the black mana. We do have the Tome. This could save us a little bit of time. We're on the draw. Like I said, the Dreadhound, I feel like if it was any other card other than Dreadhound, it would make me feel a little bit more comfortable with it. But this is essentially a dead card in our hand for a long time. This is a tough one. This is right on the threshold of keepability, I feel like. But I think, all right, the two marks, in my opinion, against it, we don't have black mana in it, and we have a card that couldn't be more dead in our hand. So I feel like for that reason, I'm going to mull it. This hand is still missing the black mana, but we'll keep it, and we'll probably ditch the... Probably the flip the switch, I guess. I mean, I could ditch the Scab. It's just pumps basically all the creatures in our deck. I feel like Flip the Switch was the weakest card in that hand, so I feel okay cutting that. All right. So we'll play the Scab first. Oh. Well. Yeah, I still feel like we play the Scab. I can trade with the Sentry, but I might just take it, play the Opportunist. Ooh. Abomination's a good one. I think I'm going to do the Opportunist here. They have to kill it right away, otherwise we're just going to be drawing cards. So they get one opportunity to kill Opportunist before we start probably reaping value off of it. All right, Midnight Ambush. The really nice thing about Midnight Ambush here is that we can, if they just flip to night, yeah, I think we just go Wrangler here and pass. So we'll draw. Tap that. So we can go Abomination. We can get in for 4. Then we can pass. So I think I might actually just let them attack. So got some choices here. Well, they have 6 open mana too. Well, let's just get in for 3. I think we'll just do this. Pass. Oh, that's pretty good. So I can do Dreadhound. Let's have this guy out, yeah. Well, let's see. I guess I want to be able to tap something else here. So we'll just get in for 3. Maybe I shouldn't have tapped the Dreadhound. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, I think Scab Wrangler just sort of took the game over there. I don't even know if I did that optimally, but the amount of effects we had on board there. Anything dies, they lose a life. We draw a card when something dies. Flip to day to night, we draw a card. We can tap things down without paying mana. I mean, tons of huge advantages there. All right, we'll see you for the next one. Okay, this one's a keep. Good looking hand. We can play the adversary too. I'm all right with that. We have a way to bounce it later if we really need to, so getting a 2-mana 2/3 Death Touch is quite good. We're going to do the Archivist here as well. Sure. We can't get it back, but I'm not worried about it. Let's do the Archivist. We'll loot. Oh. It's Tome versus No Way Out, and I think it's going to be No Way Out because we might actually need this Tome to find lands at some point. Oh. Well, best use of mana is Tome, so I think we'll do that. We just need to find land till we can get these hordes online and then scab for the win. All right, we found a land, which is nice. So I think we just pass for now because we're going for the late game plan now, so I'd rather leave up Revenge of the Drown. Buy us a little time while we find a land. Alright, so they can attack. We'll offer the trade. And then we'll revenge the opportunist here. Which is fine. So we can disturb that for 4 as well, huh? That's nice. All right, let's get the hordes down. Let's start doing that thing. We just play horde into scab, and that's going to represent a boatload of damage. Sure. So we can do scab. Let's see, they have 4 blockers. So let's say they block my 4 biggest guys. We have 5 zombies. They would only take 9 damage, so not quite lethal just yet. So we might just do like Archivist for looting and get an evasive creature, or we can do the Firmament Sage to do day-night cycling, possibly draw cards. Keeps random stuff back too. Which one of these do I like more? This gives me an evasive creature, starts a little clock on them and lets me loot. It might be better. This comes back as a first striker? Okay. So let's see. Do I want to double block the Dread Knight? They have 3 blockers currently. I think I'm going to take 7. I could double block it, but then I get hit by like a Burn the Accursed pretty badly, so I'm okay taking it for now. Sure. So I can do Dreadhound now. This is probably pretty good because we can loot too, I guess, if I really want. Yeah, losing Angler's like getting a free card in the yard, basically. Free spell. So that's fine. And then we'll play Dreadhound. Although I should have played Dreadhound first for looting, but that's okay. They can't burn the Accursed the Dreadhound too, which is nice. So 5 times 3 is 15, plus 8 is certainly lethal. It's going to make them block something. Okay, that's not the end of the world. They do have Coven, however, but they can't do Burn the Accursed now, which makes me want to double block. So I think I will. Because this doesn't have first strike. Okay, well, the good news about this is they kill both our guys, but they lose some life. They can't do Coven now on Dreadhound. So I can go Scab. Do I attack with the Haunt as well is the question. I think so. 2 blockers so they can Coven, leave me with 1 blocker. If I had a block there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they have Xaxes lethal, but I can follow up with another creature. So I think we are just going to attack with everything here, especially since I might be able to find something. Okay, well, they don't have lethal on backswing now, so that's good news. So 6 creatures are going to die, too. So Dreadhound's kind of doing its job here. I guess only 3 creatures died. Oh, wait. No, that's not right. Plus all these, yeah. So they're at 2 life. We can go Tome plus Angler here. I think I'm cool with that. Especially since we flipped the Tome as well. So we can play the Angler now. And we have 2 blockers. They kind of have to pay that Coven cost, I feel like. I might as well keep the island, I guess, for Archive Haunt. I mean, that makes sense. You kind of have to. And now we can just tap that and kill our opponent, so should be just fine. I don't think they have lethal, right? I can afford to take 9. Alright, so now we just tap flyer and kill with ours. Alright. We'll see you for the next one. Got a very good keep here. Wrangler into either Traveler or Archivist. Not sure which one I like more. Both pretty good. I mean, I don't really have anything I need to loot right now, so I guess that would make Traveler potentially a better option, especially if they can't immediately play a spell. Because then Traveler on turn 3, if it gets flipped, I mean, that can easily take a game over. They could have Cathar Commando here, but I'll attack into it. Alright, let's do the... Yeah, let's do the Traveler. Once again, I could play the Archivist, I could loot. I don't know what I want to loot, so... I'd rather just get another body down there. I don't really want to lose a Tome either. I think Tome's just fine. So they kind of have to play a spell. Oh. I forgot this adds mana, too. It's a good card. Okay, well... That's cool. Here we definitely just flip Traveler. Because then we can just flip the... This is where flip the switch actually looks pretty good. I guess they get to loot. But we get to counterspell whatever they play and get a body, which is going to be good for Scab Wrangler, so... We'll flip it. I'm fine with that. Alright, so now we can go Horde, and then they're just in big, big trouble now. I mean, if they had Cathar Commando, I think they would have played it there. We'll go Diregraph Horde, and we get to eat their 2 cards in yard. Man, that is mean. That is so mean. So now they can't even get anything back. We can tap anything they play down. We have more than enough damage to be very, very lethal. Oh, they are toasty now. Yeah. Wrangler is absolutely absurd. Definitely. All right. We'll see you for the next one. All right. Keep it looking good. Both colors, adversary, which once again I'll just play on turn 2 because a 2-mana 2/3 Death Touch is good. Oh, these Locked in the Cemeteries are looking a wee bit less sexy this early, but that's okay. Ooh, land there would have been pretty nasty. So then we could have played the Traveler and been able to flip it even if we couldn't do anything else and leave up the Flip the Switch. Flip the Switch makes a lot more sense when you have werewolves. Counterspells make a lot more sense when you have werewolves as being good. So we'll get in there, we'll play the Traveler and pass. Sure. I could have countered that. I'm okay not countering it for now, getting the werewolf online, leaving up Flip the Switch to possibly flip our Traveler. I mean, a 2/3 Death Touch is good. It's not game breaking. And I don't need to save it. I think the Traveler is a stronger card for winning the game. And if once again they do what they did last time where they wait, we might be able to leave up the counter for this turn. Okay. Well, we're building towards this Dreadhound. We have a counter spell and we have Revenge of the Drowned, so these two are actually nice together too, the two instants. It's like they can play something, I can either decide if I want to counter it or tempo them. Tempo probably making more sense. Also, this Locked in the Cemetery is going to get better too. We're working towards 5 cards in the yard. Dreadhound will get us there. All right, I guess we counter that one. I don't want to discard 2. Heirloom Mirror, okay. Well, Heirloom Mirror, not bad, because once they get that demon online, I can revenge it, I guess. Or I can Locked in the Cemetery it. Both of those options are pretty good. I got a lot of removal in there. So if I were to get my 5th land and play Diregraph Horde, I think the question is, would I what would I get rid of? Probably No Way Out and Defenestrate for Ardent Elementalist return purposes, I guess. So we're up to 3 cards in the yard. We're getting there. Trespasser's a good one. Unfortunately, it's going to eat up our Locked in the Cemetery plan here. Doesn't have reach, right? No. Does have ward, though, which is pretty good. So, all right, let's do the Horde. Let's just get a bunch of bodies out there. And same as before, I guess we do No Way Out and Defenestrate. Get in for 2 here. Is it when it attacks too? It's a good card. I guess I could have stayed back to double block, but they're playing like all removal colors here, so I don't know about that. I can also, I probably lock it in the cemetery, I assume. We'll see. I mean, if I get land, I'd rather Dreadhound, but we'll see. Oh, well, I'd rather than burn that than... Well, I guess burn on Dreadhound wouldn't do that much, would it? At least we don't have any creatures left to exile. Can you exile them from any graveyard, too? I didn't see that. From graveyards, yeah, that's really cool. Wow. Scab Wrangler's a great draw here. Let's go. Yeah, let's just get in for 2. It's got ward, though, is the problem. So Scab Wrangler's not a very reliable answer for that. I think we're just going to lock it. And I'm probably, because it's ward discard, right? Yeah, I'm going to discard the other Locked in the Cemetery, I think. I could do the Revenge of the Drowned as well. But I think I'm going to do Locked in the Cemetery because, I don't know. I think it just makes more sense to me to do it that way, because Locked in the Cemetery from now on is basically, I'm not going to be able to get 5 cards in my yard. I guess that's not true. Dreadhound could get there, but I don't want to lose either of these two. So they could have removal for Wrangler. We'll let them play that. Maybe that's one less removal spell we have to worry about for Dreadhound. Dreadhound with these decayed zombies is looking real good too, potentially. Oh, there's some siege zombies I wouldn't have mind having. So, I mean, we straight up have lethal damage if they got to do something pretty spicy here. Like, if they just play a creature, we tap it down, we play Dreadhound, and they're just dead. Yeah, like, they might just be dead now if we draw a land. Yeah, that is GG's. All right. We'll see you for the next one. We can keep this hand, even though we don't have black mana. I think just because Tome can draw us cards, I guess. Organ Hoarder can find us black. No Way Out into Morkret Behemoth would be pretty excellent. But yeah, Organ Hoarder and Locked in the Cemetery have pretty good synergy too. That's cool. Alright, we'll do the Tome. That way, if we can't find a land next turn, we can dig a little bit deeper for it. Ooh, Stormseeker, that's a good one. Might have to lock that one in the cemetery, huh? Problem is, Organ Hoarder could possibly be better. I mean, Organ Hoarder makes better use of mana. However, if I go Tome, I can... The problem is, this gives haste to... Yeah, like... That makes it tougher. I think I actually do Organ Hoarder. Alright, we'll take the black mana. So, like, they can kill Organ Hoarder and still attack. I can accept that. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. That's pretty good. 7 on turn 4, huh? Wow. Well, let's see. I guess we have to do some locking. I don't even know if I want to attack. Might have to stay back here. I could play Behemoth next turn, so for that reason, do I want to attack? But I'm also, well, let's see. Next turn I could go No Way Out plus Tome as well. I'm going to keep the Hoarder back to block. And hope that it is good enough to block here. Oh, geez. Not quite good enough. Alright. Let's see. Alright, well, that's a good draw. So, let's see. With 4, 5, 6 mana, 3, 5, so that would be 7. So, I think we just go... Make them discard. We'll play the Angler and then pass. Probably. No, I still have to pass. Like, I can't really reliably block the Brigand, but if they have more removal, then I kind of need to stay back here, I think. Oh, well, they didn't play anything. Oh, they're going to burn us out with double slash. Jeez. Nice turn. All right, we'll see you for the next one. This is a good hand. We've got Removal, Wrangler, which is one of our better cards. Opportunist, which is one of our better cards. It's funny that the better cards in our deck are the non-zombies, but whatever, it's okay. Organ Order's zombie, and that's a great card, so. Adversary. I guess I'd rather get Adversary down. I mean, Adversary's better later, admittedly, but I'd rather have a 2-3 Death Touch on turn 2 than a 2-1 that I don't really want to trade with anything. Uh-oh. Well, that dude's gotta die. I'm not gonna let that stick around. I'll attack with the Adversary. If I play the Opportunist, oh, that's okay. I feel like if I play the Opportunist and they had a removal spell, I'd much rather than play the removal spell on the Adversary than the Opportunist. It turns out Opportunist might just get removal spelled anyway, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. Wasn't expecting the unblinking Observer there. Horde's a good one. I think we're going to play the Tome this turn, so I'm just going to attack with the Adversary and play the Tome and pass. Delver. Alright, so fourth land. I think we just go lock the evasive creature, play the Wrangler, and pass. Alright, so now we can go Horde. Let's see if it resolves first before I do the Tainted Adversary. Sure. Alright, so we'll get rid of these two. And we'll get in here. And we can still tap the Delver if they do flip. Revenge, huh? Revenge is a dish best served cold. Let's draw first. Cool. So now we can probably do that. I mean, Organ Hoarder just makes the best use of mana, so why not? We have one card in hand. Probably take Locked in the Cemetery, just because it's a pretty hard removal spell for like a bomb they potentially draw, even though we don't have enough cards in the yard just yet. That's okay. All right, we'll see for the next one. We can keep this, even though we don't have black mana, because Wrangler is so strong. We have an Organ Hoarder to hopefully find black, even if we're just hitting islands. And we have Locked in the Cemetery, which synergizes well with Hoarder and is, you know, an actual removal spell, so it works for me. Ooh, Larder Zombie. Well, we're going to play that, because might as well. It does not make the best use of mana, but it protects our life total for now, so I'm alright with that. Larder Zombie finally makes an appearance, huh? Good draw there. Let's go Organ Hoarder. We want the Horde. Like, the lands are important too, but Horde when you got Scab in hand, yeah. And when you have Wrangler out, I mean, it's just a 1-card extra thing you can tap each turn for free, which is just crazy good. So we're going to be using the Larder Zombie, I suspect, to dig for our 5th land. Also, Tainted Adversary with double black, hilariously, is pretty on par with Diregraph Horde. Like, you get a Death Touch creature, but you don't get to exile Yard. It's kind of funny. So we're not going to tap down. We're going to use the Larder Zombie. I like that more, given this hand. Plus, feeding the Yard, I guess, is better for Locked in the Cemetery. Search Party Captain's a good card. This brings back its mana value. It's not like power or something. That makes sense. Power would have been way better. So we'll use the Larder Zombie. Find our 5th land. We don't want to put that in the graveyard. We draw it. We play the Horde. We pass. Wait. I don't want to exile. That's my Yard, right? Yeah, I don't want to exile those. I don't want to exile my own Yard. What are you, nuts? I don't need to attack with Hoarder. We have Blade Stitch Scab in hand, so I guess we can tap things down now. Although I probably am playing Adversary next turn and just setting up for lethal with Blade Stitch Scab, I assume. I guess the question is, yeah, I'm probably attacking next turn, so I guess we can tap 2 of their creatures. I mean, we have our turn mapped out, so we don't really need to use Larder Zombie. Question is, do I even need to? I guess we can. I guess if the veteran dies, though, the survivor flips, and then they can attack and get it back. But I can also just tap the survivor. That's true. They don't even want to block, huh? Okay. Well, Blade Stitch Scab next turn is probably going to be lethal, I assume. I might just let them attack. I mean, they're tapped out, so now I don't even have to worry about... Oh, I hope they do attack. Oh, wow. Okay. Alright, so now we tap this dude. And this has got to be... Do we have 5 cards in our yard? Just 2. Alright, well, whatever. This is not a good situation for them. We can tap, well... No. I guess we don't even have to do the... They're at 20. Let's say they block my 4 biggest guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think we have lethal anyway, really, so we're just going to do adversary. We're going to do all the zombies. We're going to do Diregraph Horde and Organ Hoarder as well. Because that's just a lot of damage that they have to block now. Like, we lose some of our tap capabilities, but we're also just attacking for an absolute billion damage here. Plus, I don't want, you know, Scab could die at any moment, so I think it's better to get in our value attack while we can. It's still lethal. Wow. 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 20. So they have to block again. Block something else. So now they just... All right. They're just throwing a bunch of blocks in there. Bereaved Survivor is going to flip, but... I don't know if I care about that. So then we'll play the Tome and pass. So I think we want to tap down what they give Double Strike. Otherwise, I could actually die to Lunar Frenzy. So we'll see what they give Double Strike. It's probably a Search Party Captain. I'm willing to tap that down because then we still don't die to Lunar Frenzy. I guess it does mean they would get a Veteran back, but it's okay. Oh, they also don't have Coven, so I guess we just tap the Avenger then for that reason. But I guess it would make sense to get Coven here to just, yeah, that makes sense. Get Coven, see what they target. So I don't think that we die. Oh, that was the wrong choice. So we'll tap that then. All right. So why don't we, because we can draw and still do Locked in the Cemetery and Ambush. So we'll draw. Oh, that's cool. I don't think they have particularly good blocks here either. Sure. Okay. So we can make them lose the rest of their hand and still tap something down. Or we can play 2 removal spells here, which I'm kind of liking more. I can't get... Oh, wait. No, I can't get 5 cards in my graveyard, though. Not that that's a big deal, but... We can just lock the Avenger and then tap whatever they give double strike. So I'm cool with that. Because then they can't get back a dude. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Not getting no way out value, but leaving up ambush I think is good here. I mean, if they had frenzy, I guess kind of curious what they give double strike to. Okay. All right. So I could kill it. 3 cards left in hand. They're at 4 though. I kind of want to just... Let's see what they play here. Okay. Yeah, a lot of search party captains. How many do they have? Oh, 3 at least, huh? That's pretty good. So we can make them discard. So I think we're going to... probably kill a captain, which will let them gain some life. Maybe killing the Phantom would have been better, but their blocks are worse. Tap the 3/3. We can... Let me think about this. Because I have Chilling Chronicle too, so... If I go this plus this, tap that. Just trying to think of a way to get lethal. I think let me think about this. Tap that. Plus this. Tap that plus this. I think that's lethal, yeah. Let's do this. Make them discard. And then we tap this plus tap this and then get in for 6. And that should do it. All right. We'll see you for the next one. Let's see here. We're on the play. I mean... Sand potentially is good. However, no black mana, only 2 blue, nothing we can actually play. It seems a little bit dangerous. The Archivist is what tempts me to keep it because the loot would be quite good if we draw any land. I feel like this would be more keepable on the draw. Not having both colors kind of bugs me about this hand. I almost wish Archivist wasn't in here so I wasn't tempted to keep this one. Because the loot effect could really help this hand. We only get 2 draws to find our 3rd land, but any land and we can at least play the Archivist. I think we have to risk it. Man, that's tough. Like I said, I almost wish Archivist wasn't in there because this was on the bottom... bottom rung of keepability there. All right, well, turned out to get a lot better, thankfully. Let's go Archivist here and loot. So we want that land, which means we probably discard. Probably No Way Out, even though it's a great card. I'd rather have the land for now, because then we can go like Sage, potentially into Horde. And I want to keep the ambush too, especially given that we have Sage, which can turn day to night. Abomination is good. I think we're going to go Sage, though. Yeah, we can attack with Archivist here and play the Sage. I feel like it's a good trade for us. I mean, they lose an evasive creature. Our guy can come back as an evasive creature that's like upgraded. We're going to play the Sage, though. We could play the Archivist, but the total value I think we potentially yield out of this Firmament Sage is quite high, I would say. So now we're just going to dunk the Diregraph Horde here. So next turn we can go Archivist and have Ambush access, which is good. They kept that card. I'll take that. I mean, if you have removal, yeah, kind of makes sense. You got to kill that, or we're going to start drawing cards. So Archivist is going to be good here. I think we just get the Scab down now. Get in with the Diregraph Horde. I mean, I could get in with the zombies too, but we have other synergies with them. We're not representing lethal yet anyway, so, you know, we have Scab Wrangler, which is going to work well with them, and we have Bloodhound. It's not Bloodhound. What's it? Demon Hound. Gosh, I can't remember his name. Dreadhound. What did they do? Oh, Ambush. Okay. Locked in the Cemetery. We only have 2 cards, though. So we'll just... I think we'll just ambush the Hobbling Zombie here. Okay. I guess sandbagging lands is good for... not sure yet. Do we have loot effects? Could be good for that. I don't know why you're... I don't get it. Am I missing something? The attack was not good. So let's get in with... Let's see. What are my other ways besides Locked in the Cemetery to deal with the Hobbling Zombie? I don't know. We don't have a ton, do we? We have Revenge of the Drowned, though. That's pretty good. I guess we'll wait. I don't really want to trade my Horde for a Hobbling Zombie. So I'll hold off for now. Uh-oh. Let's see if this writes itself. Otherwise, I'm going to have to restart Arena. All right, well, let's do arena restart. So currently getting black screen, non-responsive screen, not working, unfortunately. We may just get a game loss due to the game not working. I guess I'm debating just doing a full computer restart. I feel like at that point, though, by the time I get back, it's going to be donezo. So that kind of sucks because we were handily winning that game, I felt like. But I guess I'll do a computer restart, see if that helps. So I restarted the computer and it had a CPU over temp error. I guess I'm going to have to open up my computer and cool it off. Needless to say, I would say there's about a 100% chance that I get a game loss now from just taking too long, unfortunately. Very disappointed, because once again, it really looked like we were crushing that game, but let's see what happens. I would say 100% chance. Loss, yep, looks like we got the game loss, which is painful. I don't like losing games that way. Yeah, I really don't like losing games that way. Very irritating, but nothing to be done. That's just what happens, I guess, when your computer overheats. So now I got to pop her open and cool her off. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right. Well, I opened it up, cleaned her out, got all the dust out. Hopefully we can actually finish a game here without getting a loss. That would be good. Since this deck has played really well for us. So I guess we keep this. No blue mana, though. Oh, man. I still think we keep. If we draw blue land, this hand gets great. If we draw black, at least we can play a couple spells. Give it a try. I mean, I really don't understand what the problem is. All I do is record and render, hundreds of gigabytes of high-resolution footage every single month. How could that possibly be taxing on a CPU? I don't get it. Just hundreds and hundreds of nonstop, never-ending draft videos. So, yeah, just weird that would be a problem. Let's do the Abomination here. Not the best use of mana, as it turns out, but we could have flipped the Traveler and then done the Revenge, but I'm kind of okay with this. Rejuvenator. That's a good one. Let's see. Oh, really? It's going to let us smash with our Traveler. We can loot here because we could possibly get a land. I kind of like that. We'll get in with these two. Save the... Wrangler would be good too. But I think I'm going to do the Archivist because we could find another blue land here. Oh, Horde's a good one too. What am I getting rid of? Oh, geez. It could be the No Way Out again. All right, I think it is. Everything else seems too good to not take there. Not keep there, I should say. Well, I guess if they play something huge, we have Revenge of the Drowned, so that's good. I probably trade here, actually. That can come back as an evasive creature, which I think I like more anyway. Bird Admirer. And a Painter. Okay. Well, Ambush is cool. Yeah, it actually is good. Let's see. So we can attack with both again. If they double block... Oh. Block anything, huh? Interesting. Well, here's the thing. I think I actually flip. Oh, maybe not. Let's do the Wrangler. Actually, this will work well. So the reason I'm doing this is because even if they do the unnatural Moonlight from their yard or whatever, I still get to do ambush and kill whatever I want. If I kill that, do they still... Question is, do they still get to... Well, we need it to be night anyway for this to work, so that's fine. Alright. So, kill the Howler here. They do still have the Coven fight spell mana open, which is potentially a big problem. Looks like they probably have it. It seems like it. Maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, they have it. So, yep. It's kind of what we expected, which is fine. Called shot. As long as I know they have it, that makes it better somehow. We don't want to block... Oh, wait, we can? Maybe that actually is a good block. Like, we won't be able to tap their things down now, but this has got to be a good block for us. I mean, we're getting a 3-5 off the board. Granted, it would have turned back to a 1-4, but now they don't have a blocker for our thing. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe it'll end up not being a good idea, but I think it was, in my opinion. Let's get rid of this thing and I guess this thing in case they have a way to bring instants and sorceries back. And then we'll, we don't want to get in with the little dude yet because we got this big dude in our hand. And big dude is going to do a lot more work with these little dudes. Oh, geez. Well, at least Dreadhound's not, like, very, very easily killed. Oh, that's cool. So I guess we can attack. So I need to just remember to not... They're attacking? It's pretty bold. What? Bold. Very bold. So we don't want to snap play lands. I gotta remember that because we have the Archive Haunt. But they don't have the mana for the Death Touch there. Alright, I mean they have a lot of plays, but... Ooh, that was a good draw. So... To be honest, I don't really want to loot, but it's okay. We get in here. I mean, I feel like we can get in with the Scab too, right? No, probably not. I guess not. I mean, I can't imagine I discard either of those cards. Which is too bad, because Locked in the Cemetery is looking good too. But I guess, well... Jeez, I don't want to lose any of these. Revenge might be better. I don't actually know. We'll see. I guess if I discard the Adversary, they actually lose. That's true. So we'll revenge the bug here. And that dies, and they go to... they're at 2 life. I think we just gotta stay like this. I mean, we could have actually just played the Adversary there because Next turn. It's like they're in some pretty big trouble here, I feel like. I mean, they're going to lose another life for this. All right. Well, thankfully our deck still delivered, despite my computer's best efforts to shut me down. Hopefully now that I've gotten all the dust bunnies out of it, it can continue to record thousands of gigabytes worth of high resolution footage every year. Let's do some back one pick ones here. All right, pack one, pick one. Ooh, easy Tovolar, great card. Yeah. Amazing card. This is one of those cards that just takes the game over too, real quick. Like, you just connect with a couple huge werewolves or wolves, and you're just drawing 2 cards, and your opponent's like, wait, what? And then, yeah, I think I didn't even maximize this card last time I played it, where it flipped and then used the Kessig Wolfrun ability that it's got on the backside. The card is so good. Yeah, that'd be an easy first pick. All right, here. Let's see. This is a very unexciting pack. Might actually be Locked in the Cemetery, which is playable removal, sometimes good. So yeah, we could take that. Sometimes really good. I guess if you have 5 or more cards in your graveyard, that's a 2-mana blue removal spell. Well, I haven't gotten to play with the Meat Hook Massacre yet, but I've sure played against it plenty. It's very, very strong. I would take that. Fateful Absence I'm not a huge fan of. I feel like letting your opponent investigate's not very good, actually. And if it's not good in limited, I wonder if that means it's not good in constructed either. Maybe it's actually better in constructed because white removal is so unusual. Probably take Search Party Captain here. Actually, Dualcraft Trainer is very good too. Maybe Trainer probably gets edge over Captain. Drawing an extra card is good, but that Coven ability takes the game over. Plus, 3/3 First Strike is really nothing to ever scoff at. So, how's this? This pack's like all white cards. It'd be an incredible sealed pool pack to open. Okay, probably just take the Phoenix and be happy about that. Cool card. One of the few Phoenixes I think that doesn't have haste. As unusual as that is. Dawnhard Mentor rather, is very, very strong too. And finally, let's see. Yeah, what do I like the most here? Seize the Storm is a fun build around, and I don't play blue-red that often. Yeah, I could say Seize the Storm's probably fine there. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.